I changed a couple of things, and I've also kept some of the old items that always work year round. But for this fall season, I figure I'd try something new and maybe you would enjoy it too. Now, I'm always trying to figure out what is going to keep me slim and what is going to keep those extra pounds away, but I still would like to eat. Living this fasting lifestyle doesn't mean that we are starving ourselves. We're just being strategic about it, and then when we eat, you are very mindful and intentional about eating more plant-based food as long as it's whole foods, but also trying to stay away from those darn processed foods. I'm sharing about 3 meals that I have changed from my normal routine. Again, a lot of these do combine and they overlap, but they're also good for you, and then at the same time, it helps you maintain or even lose a little bit more weight. So the fall here in Las Vegas desert is not really kicked in yet. We're about 80 to 90 degrees right now. It does get colder in the night, and when I wake up and I go for my morning walk, it's usually in the 60s. Now, I know a lot of you would say that is not even cold, that feels like summertime, but for me, because I'm thin-blooded and when I'm fasting, we all know that you're a little bit colder. A low temperature for me may not be the same for you, but it feels like I'm actually in winter because I'm freezing. Now, I started this thing about mushrooms, and especially portobello mushrooms. Now, that is so delicious if you prepare it properly. And so I tried using this in my air fryer, and it worked. I added my pepper jack cheese after I had grilled it. While grilling it, I put on olive oil all over it and some Himalayan salt and a little bit of pepper, and that's it. And I flipped it a couple of times, and it took me all of 15 minutes to cook. Put it on a brioche bun. Yeah, I know. I took one big portobello and had it without the bun because I know that I can't have a lot of bread. And then I had one with it because I just wanted to see the difference. And so good. I laid the portobello mushroom on top of a bed of spinach, and spinach is another thing that you must have. But nevertheless, it's good for you. It has a lot of vitamins in it. And again, it's vegetables, and vegetables and fruit is what we want to pack into our meal. With the portobello mushroom, I made it the entree, and it just delivered. It really did. But at the same time, I didn't bloat. I stayed, satiated, but yet I didn't feel that heavy feeling when you eat meat. Yum, 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 yum. A regular staple that I've been eating is fish, and I do love salmon, but I also been eating sea bass as well, white fish, really. I do that with a ton of vegetables. So instead of doing my normal salad, sometimes I get tired of it. I've been doing broccoli as well as asparagus and anything that I can think of that's a green type of vegetable, because it just makes everything delicious, even then some. And also it keeps me from feeling like I've been duped, feeling like I'm missing out on something else that I should eat. And with the fish, you got the fish oil, the omega-3s in there. We really need it. It's good for the heart. It's good for the digestion. All around just makes you feel healthy so you can kick butt when you're trying to do exercise on a regular basis. You'll feel like you have the energy to do it the more you eat fish. With the vegetables, such as my broccoli, I do a lot of that, and I put a ton of butter on it sometimes because I want to get my fat in. And with the macros, you want your fat, you want your protein, and you want a little bit of carbs. And with my diet, I try to keep a low carb diet as much as possible. But there are some days, especially going into the fall and into the winter, is that I still want to feel like I'm having some type of comfort food. And for me, I add in the brown rice. And brown rice, yes, it's considered a carb, but it has a ton of fiber in it. So you're really subtracting the fiber from those carbs, and it still ends up being a low carb diet. So brown rice is the key. I do a cup of that or so and put a ton of the broccoli, and I might throw some cherry tomatoes on top of it as well, and maybe sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and voila, there you are. Now don't forget your eggs and avocados. There's times on the weekend that I will have eggs, and then I add in avocados with that as well. And that is a very yummy, tasty meal. And of course, don't forget the cheese again. But that's something that I would do, is have breakfast for dinner, or have an earlier dinner and have it as a brunch. And there you go for your one meal, because I'm still eating one meal a day, even though I do tend to do a 2 meal on some weekends. But if I'm feeling like I'm just going to have one meal, I do a 2 to 3 eggs over easy. I add a little bit of cheese, whatever I have in my refrigerator, and I have the avocado, and sometimes I make avocado toast on sourdough, and there you go. It's a full meal, and you're getting your vegetables, you're getting your fat, and you're getting your protein. So I mentioned that I had 3 meals in mind. Yes, those were the 3 meals, but I do want to add a bonus 4th meal that I have been enjoying, is making a wrap, a taco wrap. And sometimes it's with fish, and I add in vegetables as well with the wrap, or I'm doing just a straight vegetable wrap, which would be red peppers, green peppers, almost like a fajita, and the grilled onions, red onions, I love, love, love. Mix that in together, and if you're feeling a little bit adventurous, maybe some roasted corn. Also, wrap that up in romaine lettuce, and it's so good. It's really yummy. And add your favorite sauce in as well. So these are the things that I'm doing, just a quick video to share. Guys, if you have some meals that you are trying out this fall, I love to know what they are. And at the same time, it's maintaining or helping you to lose weight in this fall season. We can do a lot of things and tweak it, because we still have time this year to make it a positive ending. And don't forget that caregiving begins with you. Remember to do lots of whole foods, lots of clean eating, and you can still be a fasting foodie. Thanks for watching, guys, and look forward to seeing you on the next video.